started work at Goldman Sachs in London back in 2009. Then left about 3 years later.
How was that experience?
Amazing. It's really what they say.
What did you learn there?
It's hard to put it in a short interview. I would say that for me the biggest challenge was to be at the level these guys were at. Everybody was in the room was very, very smart. And I had the pleasure to work with some of the smartest people I've ever met. Everybody is very motivated. It's not as crazy as people think, I have to say. My experience was specifically in fixed income markets. So my lifestyle was actually quite okay. I mean, I left the office at 7, it was fine. So it's not as much as people, it's not as bad as people think. And the work environment is very challenging, but at the same time, it's also very rewarding. I mean, I was, I think, 22, 23 at the time. And I immediately got to, or in the first 2 or 3 months, immediately got to cover big clients, the biggest banks in Europe, funds, pension funds. So it's a lot of responsibility, but also a lot of freedom to get your work done and then obviously get compensated for it.
Is it something that sets them apart, the fact that they put yourself with responsibility of handle things?
I think American firms in general are very much like that. They truly believe that you should be responsible for your actions, and they give you the training and they give you the support you need to fulfill the role you're there to do. But you always have the responsibility on your side. Goldman versus I've never worked at other American firms or any other banks, so I cannot compare directly. However, the good thing about Goldman is because of the brand it projected, especially at that time, they could choose whoever they wanted. So they had the biggest candidate pool to choose from, and they have very, very good recruitment methods. So the people who were there were actually people that understood not just what needed to be done, but also the culture of the bank. And that got to make a very interesting work environment, much more diverse than people think. And they focus a lot on that. So it's a big even internally in the firm. So it's not just a PR move. They do tend to try and be diverse, to give everybody opportunity to be the best they can be. But obviously it's also a very challenging work environment where if things don't go the way it's supposed to, then you're going to leave. So it's very much up or out. I didn't get to experience that firsthand. I left before that, but it was an experience I always treasure, and it was a big learning for me.